And we are live. What's good, Josh? Your man, DL Saint. Welcome. I really want to know podcast, man. How y'all feeling out there? Happy Tuesday. Hope everything is going good on your end. All is well over here. You know, life is what it is, man. You just got to keep pushing forward. Y'all know how it go. Um, Today we got a pretty cool episode, man. We're gonna keep it light, but important. This is very important. This is a show that definitely dudes are gonna relate to, and ladies, if you guys are watching this, you got Ninja watching out there watching from Overwatch. You guys need to understand that men are problem solvers. If they're trying to get a woman, they're going to assess the situation. They're going to look at who is being who is successful out there, who are the women going for, and then they're going to mold themselves accordingly. So, ladies, if there are no good men out there, the question becomes why? And the answer is simple because the women are not rewarding the good guys, the good men with sexual access. They're rewarding them with headaches, right? But they are smashing the bad boys. So we're going to get into that. And technology is making it to where dudes are figuring it out way faster. So, yeah, sit back, guys. Here we go. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome to I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. Get some indeed, man. So, I mean, this is a good conversation. This is a conversation that's being had all of the time in the Mano Swamp. You know, this is why guys get red pilled. This is why they fall down a rabbit hole. They're trying to get themselves into a situation where they can be successful with a woman. Hell, they're just trying to get to the point where women see them. And, right, this is where they are. And, you know, ladies, guys are going to mimic successful traits. They're going to do what they believe they need to do, what they see other guys doing who are successful. So, ladies, you know, I'm just the messenger. Don't get mad at me. I'm just letting you know. I've been both. I've been the complete gentleman and I've been the savage, the bad boy. And I'm here to tell you, I got way more success being a savage than I ever will being Prince Charming. It is what it is. Brother Michael Lee's in the building. What's good, family? Speaking of savage, man, we got Mr. Bust down himself in here. Rec use only in the building. What's happening, bro? What's happening, man? Good to see you. So we're going to be watching a couple videos, maybe even three from a YouTuber's name is Derek Silver. I just recently discovered his content. You know, just looking at this dude, he, to me, represents the average guy. The typical man in America, good guy. You know, he's not 6 feet, right? I don't think he's at six figures. I believe he just got out of college. I'm sure he's on his way to it. He's probably, you know, he's probably fit, so like that takes care of the six pack. But this is a guy who tells you off rip, like, bro, been ignored, been friend zoned, been finessed, all this stuff, and now he has begun to figure it out, which a lot of men are doing. It's where we are right now. It's where we are right now. Guys are figuring it out. Technology is such that it doesn't take long and it's not hard for them to figure this stuff out. When I was coming up, we didn't have this, right? We didn't have the internet. We didn't have smartphones. We didn't have these platforms, you know, and social media. We didn't have immediate access to people where we can just get put up on game, right? We were out there in the streets. If you weren't out there, if you weren't in the trenches, you just didn't know, right? And then the guys who did know, the first thing they'll tell you, they'll be like, look here, young blood, the game is to be sold, not told. So either you get out here, you know, you get your own lumps, you go out here and you find your own way. But if you want me to tell you, you're going to have to come off some bread. So that's what we had, bro. So we were just out there, trial and error, observing, watching our homeboys come up. sharing our experiences. Like, yeah, you got this woman, you see this girl, and you just believe she is everything, man. She's perfect. She's to you, she's amazing, right? And she's being real difficult with you. She doesn't really want to do anything with you. She'll go out, but you gotta, pay or take her places. You gotta, fund her experiences, right? She ain't doing nothing. She won't so much as let you, get a kiss on the cheek. Then one of your homeboys come up, that because she's telling you she wants the perfect man, Prince Charming, all this other stuff. That's what you're trying to do. Then one of your homeboys, one of your loose associates, who was a complete savage, comes up. She sees him, and he's like, "Yeah, bro, I smashed her first day," and you're just blown away. That's how we learn. Like, oh, okay, so that's all. They just talking. Right? They talking loud, saying nothing. Bet. That's enough said. I already got that. Switch it around. Go out there, don't even care. It's not even an act. Like, you really don't care. You're more concerned with what you got going on. You doing this, you doing that, you with your crew. And lo and behold, here come all those women. All those same women that wouldn't give you a time of day, but now I don't know, there's something about him. I don't know what it is. And you don't care. Right? So you just out there doing it. It is what it is, brother. Educate Tyrone in the building. What's happening? One more Mr. Nice Guy. That's it. That's it. Because dudes are figuring it out. Once a good boy's gone bad, he's gone forever. I mean, he knows what time it is. He definitely knows what time it is. Oh, we got Tommy B in that house. What's good, fam? You know me talking about a G. Tommy B will let you know what it is. A G coming in there, bro. Like, and like I said, I've been the good guy. I've been the bad boy. I've done both. And I got to tell you, fellas, y'all going to have to embrace the dark side, man. Embrace the dark side until you find that one woman that you really want to be with. You vetted her. She's proven herself to be top tier. And then, and only then, do you begin the process of treating her with the highest level of love and affection and all that. And even that's a slow process. You want to do that slowly to make sure she don't change as you start to get into that. Because a lot of women will take that as weakness, bro. They will take that as weakness. So you got to make sure you vetted the right woman. You got the right one. She loves you as much as you love her. And then you go and you do those things. You do all those things that women ask and expect of you day one. Takes time to get to that. They got to earn that. And I'm just keeping it 100, especially today. These young girls are wild, bro. They are wild out here, man. So you really got to do a good job vetting. If you get the wrong woman and you get wrecked, it's your fault, and all we got to look at, we keep bringing it up, but you look at what's going on with Travis Hunter. That's just the perfect example of how it could go wrong. Now, I hope it goes right. Maybe she is a reformed bad girl, if there is such a thing. Maybe she really is into him. Maybe she does behind the scenes do everything right, add value to make sure he's good. She's protecting him, watching his back, protecting his six. Maybe, I doubt it, but maybe, once you come across women like that, bro, I'm telling you, they got their eyes on the prize just like you. You are the prize, you're the bag. She get in there, she gonna get it. But again, I hope I'm wrong. I hope she's the one who turned it around. Act Ozzy's in the building. What's good, fam? Say, no such thing as a good guy, just an informed sucker. That's what it is, man. And then when you get this game, you get this knowledge. A lot of guys just they find that woman for whatever reason, they fall for it, they let their emotions out, and it's a wrap. It's a wrap. But these young dudes, they're figuring it out, man. They figuring it out. We got Dr. B in the building. What's good, fam? These young dudes, they're figuring it out. They're watching what's going on. They get to see it. They got more data than we ever had back in the day. They see it in 1080p. They watch it in real time. They're watching it on all sorts of platforms. I mean, you got the craziness that's going on Fresh and Fit, whatever podcast, Access Vegas. You can see that. You can see that crazy behavior from women. And then you got the other, mainstream stuff out there just showing another side of women and how women are, still this precious, beautiful, whatever. You got both sides out there. They get to see both sides and they get to judge for themselves. A lot of guys just, guys, the biggest thing they have to realize is the vast majority of them are invisible. The women don't even see them. So that's like the biggest thing. The biggest hurdle for them is just being seen. So we're gonna be watching a little bit of brother Derek Silver's stuff. Miss AKA ladies in the building. What's good, sis? Good to see you. Good to see you. Like, there are good women out there. There are good women like Miss AKA later. Met her in the real world. She real. She good people. Right. There are some good women out there. A lot of guys that get the black pill dude, or a lot of guys who've had bad experiences. They just decided all women are no good. They want to go their own way and do all this. I don't suggest that at all. Just learn the game. Understand what's going on and move accordingly. That's all you got to do. There are plenty of good women out there. Are they hard to find? Yes. Yes. Does it take work to find them? Yes. Does it take work to vet them out? Yes. Right. But anything worth having takes work. And that's where we are right now. So let's check this out. This video, we're gonna watch a couple, maybe 3 of his videos. This one is what nice guys don't understand. What nice guys don't understand. Now, this brother has around 12,000 subscribers, and he's getting big numbers on some of his videos. Some of his videos have hundreds of thousands of views. I think this one has 80,000 views. So who's watching his content? Men like him, the quiet dude, the invisible dude, the nice guy. They're watching this, and it's not coming from the big tatted up, steroided up dude that's out there screaming, shut up, quit being a pussy. It ain't coming from them. It's not coming from, like the tough love kind of guy, or the tough coach, or the drill sergeant type dude. It's not coming from the player, like the guy who's 6'4", ripped to shreds, right? Is very handsome. It's not coming from the dude who has no problem. This is coming from a guy who looks just like them. This is coming from just a regular dude who's out here trying to make it, and they are paying attention, as they should. Right? As they should. A lot of people have conflated good and honorable. He talks about that. He talks about that in his video. So it is what it is. Take it how you need to take it, but understand that you can't go in with your eyes shut and your nose wide open, trying to be Prince Charming and being, that Disney fairy tale dude that we've all been raised to be and believe in. You can't do that. You won't be successful. Period. No one's saying you can't become that guy once you've found the woman and she's vetted out and she's the real. No one's saying to withhold that from your woman when, once you guys take that leap of faith together. Once she's established that she's adding value and she's on your team no matter what. Once she's done that, bro, yeah, give her the world. That's what you're supposed to do, because she's going to give you the world. She's going to watch your back. Together, y'all going to take over. But until then, you cannot go in with your emotions all out there. You can't go in, like the Prince Charm. You can't go in like Captain Saver 304. You can't do that. Don't do that. You will get hurt. Just point blank, period. Miss AKA lady, she's like, thanks. And I was caught by a good guy. That's cool. There are women who still appreciate consideration and niceness. Don't allow bad apples to change you into a savage. Yeah, I've been, too late for me. Too late for me. I'm part of that. I'm part of that savage world. I'm part of that savage world. Brother Pitney in the building. It's good, fam. Always a pleasure to see you. It is what it is. But they're out there. Ladies, there are good guys out there. And men, there are good women out there. But you guys are not easy to find. Just let you know right there. It takes work when you do find each other, and you're not easy to find, and it takes work to maintain it and grow it. That's the key. That's the secret, guys. So let's check out this video.
Growing up, we all heard the phrase that nice guys finish last.
Absolutely.
And in my teenage years, I could definitely say that I fell into this category. Actually, it's kind of funny. The other day, I found a bunch of my old senior portraits from high school, and reading back on some of them, it was a bunch of girls talking about how much of a nice guy I was. So objectively, I could definitely speak on this. And it's actually not the case that nice guys finish last. Rather, it'd be more accurate to say that passive guys finish last, or guys that are pushovers. And oftentimes in society, we conflate those two things, when in reality, being passive and also being nice can be completely mutually exclusive. You can be a passive guy and also not be a very nice person. And you can also be a genuinely nice person and not necessarily be passive or reserved. And the problem is, in society, we conflate those two definitions and we label all these guys as nice guys, which is essentially why a lot of guys think that the problem is that they're too nice. So then they end up being assholes. And no one really ever talks about this when they talk about nice guys finish last. And this is extremely important to differentiate. So let's break this down. There's effectively three types of guys that society labels as nice guys. The first type of nice guy is the most genuine definition of a nice guy. And that's a guy that's genuinely nice to everyone, but at the same time, he's also very passive, very reserved, very introverted, very shy, etc. And these types of guys tend to be friends with everyone. No one really dislikes them. However, these guys do finish last in the sense that they never get the girl that they like. And there's a lot of reasons for this. The first reason being that they have an inability to establish boundaries. They tend to.
So right off rip, everything he's saying, I gotta definitely co-sign. I agree 100% what he's talking about. He's going to this first thing about these dudes that are really nice, really sweet, and they, just never seem to be able to get the woman that they want because they don't establish boundaries. I get where he's coming from. They don't establish boundaries. And, a lot of people like, well, what type of boundaries are we talking about? For me, when I meet a woman and I'm trying to get at her, right? I'm attracted to her. I set the boundary right off rip. I'm attracted to you. I'm trying to get at you. That's it. That's where we at. That's how it works. There's no question in her mind where I am. Don't sit there and point at me like, oh, that's my buddy. Nah, right? Nah, I ain't your buddy, right? If you saying that jokingly so you can throw somebody off the scent because that's your boyfriend or that's the dudes you got in your circle that you were, right, that you finessing, you want to say that I'm your buddy so they calm down. All right, cool. But we know what time it is. That's setting those boundaries right off rip. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. If I'm dealing with a woman and she's an associate, more likely we're doing some sort of business together, or she's one of my networking operatives. She knows that. I'm not trying to get at her, right? I'm not trying to get her at all. I'm not trying to get at her. So she knows what time it is, right? Right. And one of the things y'all got to learn, a lot of you invisible dudes, you guys going to have to figure out a way to be around beautiful women so you get comfortable around beautiful women. Beautiful women don't faze me. I love being around beautiful women. It's just great. Y'all talk about the energy. There's nothing like the energy that they bring, but more to the point, beautiful women give you status and that can help you network. That gets you into wherever you want to go. That is the key to the kingdom, right? This is why Michael Certain pushes what he pushes. It works. So that's what he means, establishing boundaries right off front, period. Right? You say, MSAK A is saying, don't confuse nice with corny. All that, any dude who doesn't understand the game and they believe that by being friends, by being cordial and by being nice and being like that top tier gentleman to women, that is the key to the relationship. Those are the dudes that I'm talking about. Those are the good guys that just don't understand the game, and those guys finish last. That's what we're talking about here. The corny dudes, the quiet dudes, the science dudes, the nerdy dudes, the smart dudes, those are the guys that are constantly giving favors and granting this and that to these women because they really want to be with these women, but they didn't have the courage to tell these women up front. And this is what he was talking about right here. This is the boundary he's talking about. Set that boundary off rip.
To let friends, peers, girls, the world walk all over them. And they also have an inability to say no because they're afraid of stepping on toes. They're afraid of making people angry. They're afraid of upsetting the girl that they like. So they always say yes. This type of guy is a genuine people pleaser where he wants to make everyone around him happy. Even if there's nothing to gain or even if it's at the cost of himself, he will go out of his way to make other people happy. He will always put everyone else above himself, not because he has some secret agenda or something to gain, but genuinely just because that's who he is. And by the way, girls love this type of guy, but they don't find this type of guy attractive. But he makes an amazing guy best friend to girls because he will listen to your problems. He will never make you angry. He will go out of his way for you. He's going to do whatever it takes to make you happy. This type of nice guy makes an amazing friend to girls. But the girl just won't find this type of guy attractive because a lot of these qualities communicates feminine traits. It communicates that you don't really respect yourself and you don't really stand up for yourself. And when it comes to a significant other, girls look for security above all else.
And he's right about that. Women jump on that right away. And here's the thing too, like she'll put you in her friend zone and call you her best friend, but she won't put you on with one of her girls. She won't introduce you to one of her friends. She won't vouch for you. Why? Because she's selfish and she wants to keep you all to herself. But she doesn't want to sex you up. She doesn't want to do any of that. But she loves the fact that, you will go and pick up her hamster from the hamster spa. She loves the fact that she could be out somewhere banging dudes and having the time of her life, knowing that you will go feed her goldfish. You will go cut her grass. Like, you will go sit at the house and wait for a package that has to be signed for. You'll do all those things, drop of a hat. She knows that. So again, guys, when you get out here, there's nothing wrong with being that dude. Like, I'm the kind of guy, if you on my crew, if you out with me, I'm gonna make sure you're having a good time. I'm gonna make sure you set up. I'm gonna make sure you cool. I'm checking out everything. I'm making sure your experience is on point. That's just how I am. That's the way I get down. Ask anybody who's been out with me. I'm sitting around looking, making sure everything is good. I'm making sure that we got everything we need. I'm gonna make sure that we have a good relationship with our server and we got the best server in the spot, because I network and I don't want to be there with the bad person. I know we're gonna get top tier service. I'm making sure everything's supposed to be the way it's supposed to be. That's the way I am. That's the way I am. I want people to have a good time. Now, I'm not gonna let you take advantage of me, although I have been taken advantage of. Right? It is what it is. You learn this over time. And that's another thing that women don't realize. Like, if women would reward these type dudes, they would get everything that they're asking for. They will get the Prince Charming. They will get all that stuff. They will get pedestalized. But what women do, they will allow the guys that they are not attracted to do these things to them. And at the same time, they're hurting these dudes and they're punishing these guys for being good. And what's going to happen? These guys are going to figure it out. Like this brother right here has figured it out, and they're going to stop doing those things. And they're going to begin to mimic the behaviors of the guys who are finding success. And how does success look to dudes when it comes to this sort of thing? Sexual access. Who's getting that Foxy Brown? That's what success looks like to these dudes. A lot of women are like, well, does it have to be about sex? That's the way we made it, all right? I don't know. If you watched last night, we were talking about what Bill Burr was talking about. Men are run by the little man down there. It's the other brain that runs us. And that guy, that was do it. That's how it works. That's how it works. And these guys, the vast majority of these dudes, they don't want nothing to do with the player life. They ain't trying to be a savage. They don't want to run rotations. They really don't. They want one woman that they can focus on and be with, and they can invest in her and she can invest in them. That's what the vast majority of these dudes want. And it's hard for them, and it troubles them, and they hate the fact that in order for them to be successful, they got to go out here and run game, right? Spin plates, run a rotation. They got to go out here and see just how easy it is to smash most of these girls, and it crushes them. It breaks their hearts. It's just, that's the real red pill. They're born again hard. Now they get it, and then they see how hard it is to find that good woman. They see it. Like it's just crazy. This is Sean the Building. What's good, fam? Appreciate that, bro. Great stream so far, DL. Always a pleasure being able to listen to you while I'm getting some work done. That's what's up, man. Salute to you, brother. Hey, y'all need to check out This Is Shaw's podcast, man. That brother showed you the dark side of the family law system. I can't wait to collab with him again. I definitely want to talk about it. I know he's been watching this thing with Travis Hunter. Yo, Shaw, man, if you can hear me, bro, we got to talk. I'm gonna hit you up on Insta, bro. Let's do a show and let's look at if this goes sideways. You know what I mean? I'm gonna ask you right now, bro, if you're listening, if you got a computer in front of your calculator, Travis Hunter is probably going to be earning for his first 4 years, his first 4-year contract, just in the NFL alone, just, based on his draft pick, it's probably going to be earning somewhere around $900,000 a year for the first 4 years. That's NFL money. That's not including endorsements and all that other stuff. So, Brother Shaw, if you have a child and you go through the family costs and let's say you're in California, because that's where you were, what's the calculation on that? If you're making $900,000 a year and you have, very limited time with your child, let's say that you're just getting, weekends, every other weekend or something like that, the basic, how much child support would that be if let's say mom's is making $60,000 a year? How much child support would that be, bro? Just curious. What's the calculation on that? Right? Because, yeah, I'm telling you, this is why people are so invested in this thing with Travis Hunter, man. You just hate seeing it. Like, please, please don't do this, bro. Please don't do this. Miss AKA lady is saying, she's like, I can vouch. You still move like a gentleman should. Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. Completely respectful to all of the company every time. That's considered nice guy behavior. But let me ask you this, sis. It is nice guy behavior, but don't I give off a little bit of a dangerous vibe, like in the sense that I'm not harmful dangerous, but playful dangerous? Don't I give off that vibe like, hey, if I want to,
Holla, 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 holla.
it's going to happen, right? Am I the guys like, be careful around me? Just keeping it 100. Tell me how you really feel. You know, tell me like your true thoughts on that. Because I tell women all the time, be careful around me. I've been done talking them panties right off you. right off you. I'm just at a different place right now. But I truly do appreciate the compliment, sister. Thank you very much. Like I said, Miss AKA lady, she's good people. I always enjoy her company. I love it when she pulls up. She rolls with real cool people. It's man, like I say, man, that's my people, man. That's why I love doing this, man. We get to meet folks all over the place. I done met quite a few of my day ones. I done met a lot of people in the fresh and fit world, bro, and I really enjoy it. But man, I'm telling you, Travis Hunter might be looking at, back to that real quick. Could you imagine you making $900,000 a year and you got to go through the family law system? You got to go, basically for child support. How much will that be? I'm thinking that's somewhere between $7,000 and $10,000 a month would be my guess. Maybe Brother Shaw will be able to tell us. You know what I mean? Maybe he'll be able to tell us. But yeah, he doesn't need to be married right now, man. But he in love, man. I get it. Yeah, puppy love. There's puppy love. It's crazy, man. This is why you have to keep your emotions in check. Vet your woman vet her first. Make sure she's good. Make sure all your people agree she's good before you unleash your emotions. Men love differently than women. Men love differently. Period. That's how that works. Brother Pitney. Can't be mad at women for not being attracted to pushovers. Facts. If they're going to look to someone to lead and take care of them, a people pleaser probably isn't the kind of guy that they can depend on. That is a fact, bro. That is a fact. You know what I mean? Don DeMarco on that. I'm not mad at women.
Don DeMarco.
Not mad at women. This is how the game is played. This is how the game goes. The game could be cold, man. There's a lot of money involved. I'm not mad at women. Women going to want a leader. They're going to want guys. This way you can't be a people pleaser. Men will find the women that they want and they want to please those women. Guys, you have to be very, very careful of that, man. You have to be very, very careful of that. Brother Shaw put the numbers in. He put the numbers in right there. Like it'll be a little over $6,000 a month if it's just based off the guideline calculation. From what I'm seeing, that's based on child support, doesn't include child care and other expenses. So you're looking at just child support alone, $6,000 a month, and they're gonna throw in child care and all that other kind of stuff. So yeah, it might get close to 10 grand, and that'll be based on that first deal, which is a 4-year deal, not including any other money, any other investments, any other businesses and stuff like that. Do y'all see why this is a big play, man? $6,000 a month, bro. I mean, that's bro. She's working on her career too. Look at that, man. $6,000 a month times 12, right? $72,000 a year times 18. That's $1.296 million. It's $1,296,000 over 18 years. Just that, bro. That's a contract. She won too. Just like she's signing her deal, he signs his deal. She's signing her deal. She gets that baby. She's looking at minimum, y'all. Minimum $1.3 million over 18 years. That's a great deal. Who's making that kind of money in today's world? Right? She went from cheaters, right? Allegedly working at the strip club, being a college student, to bam, $1.3 million deal over 18 years. Stop it. But you know what I mean? This is why guys need to pay attention to this sort of game. And yeah, Travis Hunter, man, he's way up there. He's way up there financially, but you ain't got to be that far up there, bro. If you're making 6 figures, if you're making close to 6 figures, you can find yourself in a situation where you're paying $1,000 or $2,000. You might just paying $2,500 a month for child support. you know, and and we haven't even gotten into, you know, legal fees and court costs and all that kind of stuff, bro. So you got to be careful, dudes. The vetting process is real. Miss AKA lady, she's laughing. She's like, yo, because I was telling like, hey, tell me how you really feel. Like, you know, am I a beast out there? So let's hear what she has to say. She's like, I met you in this space and heard you talk so much. So I know you're more than someone you meet randomly. That's good. That's a good point. I would never trust you further than I could throw you. Exactly when it comes to that, but not really. Yeah, when it comes to that, like, hey, you know what it is? All right. I might look like I got a little halo over me, but when them horns come out, girl, it's ready. I'm ready. It's ready. If that's what I'm doing. Why? Because my game is on point. Simple as that. I got a good game, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I run my game, bro, I'm hard to beat. When I run my game, the times that I have lost, and I got some L's, bro. I am not undefeated by no stretch of the imagination. And every time I lost, how did I lose? I came away from my game. I came away from the fundamentals, and I knew better, but I did it anyway. And the times that I really got hurt is when I let my emotions out, and I knew better, but I did it anyway. So, guys, this is why I'm always I'm telling you, fellas, I know what I'm talking about. I'm an old dude. I've been down here, just like, you know, I say all the time, like you find yourself as a young man trapped, you know, fell down some hole, you can't get out, no one wants to help you. I see you down that hole, I'm gonna jump in that hole with you, right? Like, don't do that, you crazy. I'm jumping in the hole because I've been in this hole before, bro. I know the way out. That's why I do it. Don't make the mistakes that I made. Don't do it, right? Learn from my mistakes, learn from my errors. But this is why we do it, man. This is why we do it. Brother Michael Lee, Travis does have a father, but I don't know if his father was like really into his life like that. He wasn't at the award ceremonies for the Heisman thing, but he, you know, I guess he has done videos with his dad. Don't know the situation, but it doesn't seem like that he grew up with his dad. I could be wrong about that, but it doesn't seem that way. Like he was pretty much like under his mom's tutelage and stuff like that. So it is what it is, man. You definitely want to make women earn things. That's what you want to do. And as far as someone setting straight, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Deion Sanders brought in old girl. God, what's Brittany Winter? Deion Sanders brought in Brittany Winter when he was at Jackson State. And I've been talking about it and thinking about it. You know what? I believe, now this is just my theory, but I believe that Deion Sanders brought Brittany Renner in because he was looking at the situation with Travis Hunter and his girlfriend. Remember, Travis Hunter was with this girl when he was a high school senior. So he came to Jackson State with this girl. And Coach Prime was probably checking it out. And Coach Prime went and got Brittany Renner. I'm telling you, there's people talking to him, letting him know. It's just once you go so far, man, once you hook like that, man, it's hard to shake. But I'm willing to believe, and I'm willing to bet that Coach Prime brought Brittany Renner in to talk to all of his football players at Jackson State because of this girl that Travis Hunter was messing with. Man, if I ever get a chance to talk to Coach Prime, I'm going to ask him. I'm going to ask him. Man, I wish I could sit down with that brother, but he wouldn't listen to me either. He wouldn't listen to me. That's not what he wants to do. Right. And there's, you know, like they say, man, you know, allegedly she was working at Cheers, like she was a dancer. Look at the tattoos, bro. Look at the tattoos. Look at the thirst trap. Look at the social media. Look at the constant need for attention, the constant need for validation. These are the women you definitely want to stay away from. Like, do you want to smash them every now and then? Sure, why not? Make sure you use protection because everybody hitting it, bro. That is the neighborhood bicycle, bro. Everybody's taking that for a ride. So just be careful. The last thing you want to do is fall in love with a woman like that. Brother Mandrell's in the building. What's good, fam? Right. So this is how we grow. We learn, we take teachable moments and we pass it along one another. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. I'm just checking out. I got a notification. Sorry, guys. I normally don't do this, but I want to make sure I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. But this is how we learn. This is the best way to learn. So, Mandrell, man, good to see you, bro. Mandrell got some experience too, bro. We got that military training, bro. Just being out there dealing in that world. Man, you gotta just be careful who you let your emotions out to, fellas. That's all I'm saying. Miss AKA lady, she's like, good thing is we are honest about your intentions. Yes, I am. I would take that honestly and walk away. At least you guys have women on opinion. At least you give women an opinion. Thank you. most guys aren't honorable in that way. Yeah, because they're trying to get it, man. And it's like they say, it's all's fair in love and war. I'm just the kind of guy, like, I'm gonna tell you up front, because I know there's plenty of women out here, so there's no need for me to cause any tension. I'm gonna let you know what I'm trying to do. This is what I want to do. This is where it is. If you with it, come on, let's go. If you're not with it, I ain't mad at you. I'll still buy you a drink. You're still cool. You're still beautiful. Hell, you might change your mind one day. I've done that. I can't tell you how many times I had women circle back, and they came back for the very reason. They were like, at least you were honest. The other dude I was dealing with was lying to me. You were telling me the truth. I'm looking at you with the side eye. Meanwhile, he's out here smashing all my homegirls, trying to get, smashing my family members, got me believing all this stuff, and you telling the truth. So she circled back to me. She was like, at least I know where I stand with you, right? This is why you always want to be honest, guys. If you out here, especially if you run in a rotation, you want to be honest all the time. There's no need to lie to any women. There's no need to do it. Run your game. If she asks you, tell her the truth. Most women know you run. They know that you are running a rotation. They know that they're in a rotation, and they don't care. If they bring it up, tell them. Tell them. Don't lie to them. Let them make up their own mind. And I'm telling you, some of them will come back if they leave it all. A lot of them will stay right where they are. So just keep it 100. Thank you again, Miss AKA Lady, for keeping it real, sis. I appreciate you. Now let's get back to the video.
Security is something that this type of nice guy doesn't seem like he can provide. If you have trouble prioritizing yourself, not ever able to say no to someone, always catering to other people's will, not standing up for yourself, not expressing your thoughts, not communicating your thoughts, never being able to prioritize yourself, all these things that make you a good friend to a girl, it doesn't make you a worthy partner because it conveys that you lack an identity. How can you stand for anything if you don't even stand up for yourself? And it sucks because this type of nice guy is actually a really good person and the most genuine out of the three types of nice guys. They're the ones with the heart of gold and care the most for other people, but it doesn't translate to success in a lot of areas of life. And in order to break out of this, the first thing you got to do is establish boundaries and then prioritize them over your feelings. Like, for example, sometimes you're going to be put in situations where you're going to have to compromise yourself or who you are for someone else because of how you feel for that person or feel for that girl. But it's important to understand that in those moments, you got to know how to be selfish. You got to know how to prioritize yourself no matter how much you want to break that boundary. You got to learn how to say no a lot more. You got to know how to turn people down. Like, genuinely, being a people pleaser is going to limit you in a lot of ways in life. You're going to say yes to a lot of things that are inconvenient to your life or not conducive to your mission or your goal or your purpose. You have to realize that you can't make everyone happy. And the sooner you realize this, the better off you're going to be. Like,
right. So he's correct about that. Like, you're gonna have to say no. You're gonna have to be honest, and being honest, a lot of times being honest basically is like saying no, or it's like, it's letting them know that you ain't a pushover. You got to do that, bro. And again, I can't stress enough, when you meet a woman that you're attracted to, and you're gonna allow yourself to be friends with her. You're gonna friend zone her. She's gonna friend zone you. If there is any chance whatsoever that something can happen between y'all, you need to let her know up front, day one, you trying to holler at her. You let her know you trying to holler at her. You let her know you find her sexy, whatever, all that. You trying to, like, you hug sexy, like, kiss on the cheek, all that, whatever. You let her know, girl, come on now. I'm trying to get at you. But she's like, no, but I like you. I want you to be my friend. She knows. She knows up front that you will holler at her. You told her. You didn't mince your words. If y'all want to go ahead and try to be, she wants to make you in her friendship zone and you accept, okay, fine. But you told her. So now, down the road, when she asks you for a favor and you say no, and she's like, why not? And I'm like, well, shoot, it doesn't make sense for me. That's one of the things I learned from Rich Cooper. That's one of my favorite phrases now. Like, it has to make sense. Right? Baby, it has to make sense. It has to make sense for me to do that for you. She might come back, well, what's it going to do to make it make sense? And now she's touching all on you, whatever. Like, oh, you want to do that for real? I mean, I know how you feel about me. And I kind of think you cute. I wouldn't have you around. It changes the whole dynamic. But you told her up front way back when, and she never forgot. Now, play the same scenario out, but you didn't tell her up front you was digging her. Right. So in her mind, she's like, you 100% friendship only. She sees you as family. So when you run that play, so what's in it for me? No Grey Goose. If you don't get loose, whatever you're going to say and try to touch on her, she's going to be like, ew, ick. What are you doing? Stop. That's not how we, that's when they start doing all this. That's not our relationship, right? Whose fault is that? Yours. Because you thought you was going to friendship your way into a situation. No, doesn't work that way, guys. Doesn't work that way. Now you might say, hey, my friend Brad did it. Yeah, Brad, 6'4", Brad, who was the high school football quarterback. He won state. That Brad has got a small business with his dad. They got a shipping company. That Brad, yeah, I bet he did do that. I bet it did work for him doing the friendship thing. I bet. But for the rest of y'all, it's not going to work. She's going to get the big ew, the big ick. You feel me? So tell them up front, man. That's the boundary, man. You got to let them know up front. Like, yo, I'm feeling you. Right? I'm feeling you. So yeah, I'll be your friend, but hey, just let you know, girl, come over here. Something might happen. Just and say it jokingly, let you know what time it is. Damn, girl, you look good in them jeans. Go ahead, put your hand on there a little bit. You know what I mean? She won't be like, ew. She might turn around and start twerking. She might start bouncing it because it is a little bit of attention and it's playful. So she might start flirting with you, but be like, you can't have it, and start playing that Never Gonna Get It song. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. She might start playing that song, but now y'all playing, right? It's playful. But it's understood. And one night, trust me, she'll come over there and like, it's on tonight, Jack. So, but that's only gonna happen if you up front. You don't get into the friendship zone and try to ambush her later, guys.
Always remember that you're living your own life and they're living their life. Like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years from now, your life is going to be predicated on what you've done, the decisions that you've made right now. You have to stop letting people and the world and your friends to mold you and start molding yourself, your life. And also, you got to know when to walk away, and not just to girls, but to jobs, to friends, to anyone or anything that's not conducive to your life or your mission, no matter how.
He is absolutely right about that. He's absolutely, hold on.
Hold up.
We got the level up, man, in the building. What's good, fam? It's been a minute. It's been a minute, man. Where you been, bro? Wait till the end of the year. Come holler at Uncle Saint, man. Appreciate you, man. It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you. And it's been a minute, Unc. It's like good to be back. You're still spitting facts. Don't be afraid to be unapologetically honest about your intentions. It prevents wasting your time. That is a fact. That is a fact. You don't want to waste time. You don't want to do it. You don't want to waste time. But that part that right here in the video when he was saying that this transitions into it's more than just, trying to date, whatever. It goes into everything, every aspect of your life when you're dealing with family, when you're dealing with work stuff, when you're dealing with whatever. That part right there. How many times I got to tell y'all, I'm not just talking about game for getting women or for women getting men. I'm talking about the game of life. I'm talking about the overall totality of game in our existence. It's played everywhere. Everywhere. The bum on the street is running his game. Police running their game. Politicians running their game. The priest at the church running their game. Everybody running game. So you best be up on it.
To mold you and start molding yourself, your life. And also, you got to know when to walk away, and not just to girls, but to jobs, to friends, to anyone or anything that's not conducive to your life or your mission, no matter how hard it is. But the last thing for this type of nice guy is try to develop an edge. And this doesn't mean you have to start being an asshole or start being mean to everyone around you, but try to have your own back a little bit. Try to use that fire inside of you. Like a lot of times in life and society and your teachers and, adults, the world tries to dim out that masculine essence, that fire inside of you. And often this results in us being a lot more subdued when we get older. But sometimes you got to bring it out. Sometimes you got to stand up for yourself. Just try to know what you want, know who you are, stand firm on what you believe in, make yourself the priority in your life, have self-belief, have self-confidence, and have self-respect. Because honestly, these are the things that make you attractive to a girl. These are the things that communicates the value that you can protect her and you can provide for her. And honestly, even putting girls aside, these are the qualities that you need in life to succeed and to get what you want. Otherwise,
this brother is spot on. He's spot on. And he's learned all this on his own. Probably watching Manosphere content, Red Pill content, right? He's out there watching mainstream media stuff. And he's comparing all that to what he's gone through in his life. And he's like, yeah, this is it. No matter what, this is where you're going to come to, fellas. This is where you're going to end up. I don't care how you get here, but this is where you're going to end up. Brother Cody is king in the building. Brother Cody sent me a suggestion for a video. We're gonna do it Thursday. We're gonna do it on Trump Thursday when we talk politics, news, and everything else. And it's about that woman who accused the lacrosse players of the SA, and she's come out here recently and said she lied about that. So we're gonna talk about that on Thursdays, guys. So be ready for that. We're gonna harp on a few things, but that's one on we're gonna talk about on Thursday. We got Scam Likely in the building. What's good, fam? He's like, just simp and get it over with. Yeah, you can, bro. Like, go ahead. You go right ahead and do that. You know what I mean? Go right ahead and do that. But nah, not me. Not me. It is what it is. When I was a little kid, bro, I didn't know the difference. I mean, you know, I was simping in the sense that I didn't have the money to simp, but I was giving up my cupcakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's my last cupcake for you, girl. I was giving up my candy, my little penny candy, giving it to her. You know, that was a little form of simping, right? But it was different. The younger you are, the more innocent everything is. The older you get, the crazier it gets. And bro, Brother Cody is saying, man, that priest game is nasty work, bro. It's nasty work on all ends, man. Like, it's nasty work. So be careful with that. Like, that's the one, man. I stay away from the church thing, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That's one. I stay out of it. I stay out of it. JSJD in the building. What's good, fam? I see you, boy. Your brother Cody is saying, don't be friends with a woman unless you are getting a benefit out of it. If you like her, don't be friends. Like, if you like her, don't be friends. Yeah, you know, be careful, man. Be honest. Like, that's what brother Derek just said right here, man. It's like, just be honest, man. When it comes to this game, when it comes to getting on women, for a lot of you dudes who are figuring this out, man, you're gonna have to be a little selfish, bro. And think about it. It's part of the game. She's being selfish. She's getting what she wants out of it. You need to be selfish. You need to be getting what you want out of it. You need to identify what you need and move accordingly. Like, I've always talked about the 3-day rule. Like, when I was out there being a savage, bro, for me, it was all about the Foxy Brown. I was trying to smash. That's all I was trying to do. 3-day rule worked like a charm. That's all I wanted to do. They knew that's all I wanted to do. I didn't really care what they wanted to do. It was about what I wanted. That's being selfish. And I was very successful. I was very successful. I was as successful as, you know, the top tier dudes out there in the game. You know what I mean? So this is one of the things, like, you're going to have to be a little selfish. When you at work and you want to get that promotion, or you trying to become the project lead or something like that, you trying to get that bonus, you got to be selfish. You're going to have to work a little bit harder. You're going to have to use everything you know about your competition so you can get, you know, what you are after, so you can win. You're going to have to be selfish, bro. I mean, that's just how it is. You're going to have to be selfish. You know, Scam was like, so I was trying to simp with no money. What are you doing? Practicing? Nah, I just didn't have the money to spend. And, you know, it was no real money. I was spending my little 50 cents on candy, giving it to her. You know, I was, like I said, taking my favorite piece of fruit, giving it to her. And I learned back then, like, man, this ain't popping. This ain't popping. But even still, to me, that might have been a little bit of simping, but she would give me stuff too. Right? She would do a homework assignment for me, or, you know, give me some information I needed. So I was still getting something out of it. I learned early on, like, man, you just can't, you know, that Disney fairy tale, man, just doesn't work, bro. It just doesn't work. Women make great pickup tools as long as they don't know that that's what they are there for. Cody is king. Facts. Right? You want women to find you more attractive? Surround yourself with beautiful women. And all kind of women gonna be like, what's up with that dude? That is a fact. That is a fact. Look, Scam was like, I've simped before, but I ain't spending no money. That's good then. If you gonna simp, don't spend no money. That's the best way to do it. You know what I mean? He said Cody gave her a rock once and she was overjoyed. Hey man, if you don't give them nothing, and that's another thing too. When you run your vetting process, when you go through the stages, the steps that you're supposed to, it protects you and it protects her. When she gets to the point where she's thoroughly vetted and she's the one, and you start doing these great things, man, she's gonna love everything you do for her, bro. And that's only gonna it's gonna enhance what y'all have. So this is how you gotta be, y'all. Like, you're being selfish, but you're being selfish for both of you guys, if that makes sense. You're being selfish for the prize at the end. So when you cross the finish line, that's what you're being selfish for. So I'm telling you, man, you got to do this. this way. It's gonna save you some heartache. Young guys is gonna save you. But a lot of these dudes, they've never dealt with women, especially attractive women. Once they get a shot, they lose their goddamn mind.
As you're going to live a discontent life, living in quiet desperation, never getting what you want, never standing up for yourself. And I really want to speak to this type of nice guy because not only was I that guy, but life is going to hit you eventually and it's going to hit you hard. And you're going to wake up and realize one day that this type of approach to life, it doesn't work. Whether it be professionally, socially, romantically, it doesn't work. And as a genuine nice guy, you're going to come to that realization eventually. Now, the second type of nice guy is the guy that's passive, reserved, a bit shy, a bit introverted. But unlike the previous definition of a nice guy, he's not exactly a nice person. This is just what the world and society labels him, or even he labels himself. And this type of nice guy is actually very angry at the world. He's very discontent with his life. Because based on the fact that he's a passive guy, this translated to never really getting what he wanted out of life. And he has the victim mentality of, oh, it's because I'm a nice guy. He has the mentality of, I didn't get the girl because I'm a nice guy, because I'm too nice to everyone. And he automatically assumes negative qualities to anyone else that's good with girls. Whether it's the guy that's really popular, or the guy that's really funny, or the starting point guard, or the quarterback, or the guy that's really smart and really charismatic at the same time. To him, everyone else is the problem. The world is filled with assholes. And he has the mentality of, I'm the guy that nobody sees the true value in. And this type of nice guy is the most disingenuous in the sense that he always gives with certain expectations. And if those certain expectations aren't met, then everyone else is the problem and he gets angry. And this type of nice guy, he doesn't really do well with other people, let alone girls. And I feel like we've all known someone.
Yeah, we know people like that. Those are the weirdos, bro. Those are the weirdos, and these are the fetus, right? These guys are like, I'm doing everything right. And, you can kind of put that on his family. You could kind of put that on who's ever bringing him up. That's a lot of these people that I've dealt with, and I've dealt with a few, with that attitude, it all stems from everyone gets a trophy. And you got to tell first thing, you got to tell them, like, bro, you're not guaranteed a trophy here. Everybody don't get a trophy, man. It's the real world, man. You got to fight for it, man. Welcome to the jungle, baby. Survival of the fittest out here. Don't nobody care how nice you are. Don't nobody care what you did for them. They don't owe you shit. And you shouldn't have done that. Right. And then they don't understand. It messes up what they were taught and what they were holding true to them. Like, well, this is how the world works. Nah, bro. This is how the world works, man. Welcome down range, baby. This is how you get down. And you're going to have to work. You're going to have to scrap everything you thought you knew and start from the beginning and work hard. And they just hold that animosity against all those other people. And it's like those people are successful because they're just assholes and whatever. And some of these guys just give up because they've never competed. This is what happened when everyone gets a trophy. This is what happens when there's no consequences, bro. Like you sitting out there, like what's the consequences to giving everybody a trophy? And trophies mean nothing. Then why am I training extra hard? Why am I working hard to get here? Why am I trying to be number one? If y'all gonna get everybody the same thing, then what the hell am I doing here? So that whole thing got a lot of people messed up. My brother Jay Swans is in the building. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things. Let's continue.
Like this growing up. And not only does he not know how to stand up for himself or not know how to say no, it's not necessarily out of kindness or wanting to make other people happy. Rather, it's purely out of being passive, and he doesn't know how to go about getting what he wants. But they'll blame the label of being the nice guy that they've convinced themselves that they are. All of the shortcomings or inadequacies in their life or not getting the girl is because of the nice guy. He's a nice guy, in his mind. And a lot of it is a lack of self-awareness and a lack of self-reflection. And there's a lot of reasons for this. It could be because they're spoiled, they never left the comfort zone, no real life experiences, having a shallow perspective, they lack empathy, they're only able to see things through their view. And these are the guys that can be selfish, manipulative, and a lot of girls can sense a fake nice guy a mile away, where they don't even want to be friends with them. Like, they can tell if there's an objective or agenda behind you being nice. Because aside from being discontent,
that's a fact. That's a fact. Like Miss AKA lady was saying those kind of things about me because she knew right up front, like, that dude's a real one. Yeah, that stuff he was saying online, yep, he's doing it in real life. Okay, cool, respect. And that's, women can peep that a mile away, just like they can peep the fake dude. They can peep it. They see him coming. They can peep it. Like, they see the fake dude. Like, you look at Jay Swan's like, this is dude who was like shoving nerds in lockers. Just like, yeah, they should just stay in the locker. Get Foxy Brown or die trying. That's what you got to do, bro. That's what you got to do. Right? But these guys have been told by the people that love them that you're perfect the way you are. That's bullshit. But this is what they believe. Everyone gets a trophy. Look, I got a participation award. What is that, man? I wish my daughter would bring one of them home. Participation award? Nah, man, go ahead and throw that in the trash.
Content in life, or never getting the girl, or always being angry or frustrated at the world, it's also very lonely. Because this type of person doesn't make a lot of friends. People don't want to be around them. And I have personally known someone like this back in high school, where he saw himself as a nice guy, but he didn't get the girl he wanted. And to him, everyone else was the asshole. That's why the girl he liked didn't like him back. Like, everything else was everyone else's fault. And he was just very negative. The best way to get out of this mentality is, I personally believe it's getting punched in the face. Maybe literally, maybe metaphorically, maybe take combat sports.
Literally. How many times have I said that on this platform, man? Have you ever been punched in the mouth? If you haven't been punched in the mouth, you need to go out there and make that happen. You need to get punched in the mouth. This kid has gone a very long or about way to get here, but everyone ends up here. If you're going to stay in the game, you're going to figure out the game, you're going to be successful, you're going to win at life, you're going to wind up here. I don't mean here on my platform. I'm talking about here, metaphorically speaking. You're going to wind up here with this, the realization that it begins and ends with you. That's the secret. And you're going to have to get your game up. That's all he's talking about, man. Don DeMarco to this brother for saying that right now. Yeah, you got to get punched in the mouth, Derek Silver. Absolutely. Absolutely. Don DeMarco. That's how it works. You got to get punched in the mouth, bro.
Maybe get beat up a little. But I would say get out of your comfort zone and let life metaphorically or literally punch you in the face. Like, go through a humbling experience, something that makes you a better person. Whether that's taking combat sports and getting beat up a little, or traveling to a third world country, just get out of your comfort zone and go through an experience that humbles you. That's the only way that this type of perspective, this type of mentality can change. Don't be the fake nice guy. Like, this is probably one of the worst types of guy that you can be. The third type of nice guy is the guy that's genuinely a kind person, but not necessarily passive or reserved. But because of the nice guy label, oftentimes his kindness is taken for granted. Him being nice is seen as a weakness. But because he's genuinely a nice guy, he sometimes allows people to walk over him. So they have a hard time balancing between being nice and also standing up for themselves. Now, this type of nice guy has the potential of being an asshole, because he gets tired of his kindness getting taken for granted and also conflated with passivity. Like, he's able to set boundaries, but he's unsure of where to draw them. So he has a bit of an identity crisis and goes back and forth between being a nice guy and being an asshole. And sometimes he'll go out of his way to try to break the nice guy label. And I think this applies to a lot of guys where they're genuinely nice, but they're also afraid of getting taken advantage of, or having their kindness being seen as a weakness, or having the nice guy label. And because of this, sometimes they'll act out of character and be someone that they're not. But for him, it's really an issue of just knowing when and where to draw that boundary, and also knowing when to stand firm on something.
Yeah, and for dudes like that, I just tell those dudes, like, bro, all you got to do is enforce those boundaries. Those guys know how to put boundaries down, but they're constantly like, okay, I'll do it. They get mugged and, okay, I'll go get another case of beer. Okay, I'll go pick her up. Okay, I'll go drop them off. Like, bro, you already knew, like, I ain't going to do it this time. But you never maintain those boundaries. Why? Because the cool kids bring them around and they think that that's their clan. That's their clique. And it's not. It's not your clique. You're being used, homie. And you know you're being used, homie. Go out there and find your own group. Find your own clique. But most important of all, if you are that type of person, you just got to maintain that boundary. Like, this is what I'm not doing that. I don't care what y'all say. As a matter of fact, I'm out of here. Bye. Oh, please don't go. Psh, man, y'all find somebody else to do this shit. I'm out. Go start your own clique, or better yet, just be like me, be a Ronin. I go everywhere by myself. You know what I mean? I'm a master of samurai. I walk the path. You could be like that. Aim to be that way. I got my brother in here right now. Right? He walked the path too. Right? But it ain't like we got it. We don't need one another. We out here living life, doing our thing. If I get a call from him like, yo, it's going down, bro, I need you to meet me at these coordinates. Roger that, I'll be here. He know it. So you got to get your own people. And what Level Up Man is saying right here is spot on, bro. Spot on, man. And thank you so much for for telling the truth, man. And your parents, your mom, normally this is a female kind of thing. You know, they're trying to protect you. They think they're doing what they believe is right. But for a man, like, we need to get out there, man. We got to go out there, get punched in the mouth, man. We got to get hit in the gut, bro. We got to get knocked down so we can pull ourselves back up. We got to compete. And now he has to, like you said, he has to find himself doing it later in life. He had to spend years catching up, but at least he realized that and he caught up. You feel me? So that's how you got to do it. It's the male journey and the female journey are different, right? They're equally important, but they're different. And, women will take you on their journey, and it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't.
Ultimately, there's nothing wrong with being nice. There's actually a lot of positives. Like, if you can be kind and respectful, but also show dominant traits and also have that perfect balance of having a type A personality and also being able to be the funny gentleman archetype, like, a lot of girls love that. Nice guys don't finish last. Passive guys finish last. Guys that are pushovers. It's just that we've conflated those two things as a society. And because of the label of a nice guy, we automatically assume that any guy that's nice is automatically passive. And any guy that's passive is also nice, which isn't true. Like, being nice and being passive can be completely mutually exclusive. To any guy out there that's genuinely a nice guy and also very passive and very shy and very reserved, I would say learn to be selfish. Learn how to prioritize yourself. Develop an identity, have core values, have your own back, be kind, and you won't finish last. The common denominator is passivity. Nice guys don't finish last. Passive guys finish last.
Hey, man, shout out to him, man. He's spot on with that. And we got another video of his about 12 minutes long. We got another video of him, and do we want to use? And, this is a good dude to watch, especially for you guys who are in the bottom 80, you trying to figure it out. Go and subscribe to Derek Silver's YouTube channel and watch his videos, man. Watch what he's been going through and, track his discovery, because you're going to wind up in the same spot as him. You can take this shortcut, just look at what he's doing because it's going to resonate with you, right? Or you can figure it out on your own, take you a few more years, you're going to wind up in the same spot. Right? Listen to what this dude is talking about, man. The game ain't no joke. The game ain't going to never stop. Right? You can choose not to participate in the game, but you ain't going to get anywhere in life. So you might as well figure the game out, right? And then get yourself together. And Miss AKA lady, you're right. I mean, eventually you're gonna find who you need to find. You can be honest, but you need to understand how to do that, right? Nerdy girls don't live in the same reality that nerdy dudes live in. Nerdy girls still got access to the top tier men. They got access. Men are trying to holler them, especially if they're cute nerdy girls. Those are the absolute best, bro. Oh my goodness, coming up on them. There's a few women that I absolutely should have settled down with. Right. And a few of those women were nerds. The nerdy girls were the best, bro. The best. The cosplay girls. They want to dress up as whatever they want to dress up as. Not a sexy Jedi. They just want to dress up as a Jedi. They're not going to dress up as a sexy Laura Croft. They just want to dress up as Laura Croft. You know what I mean? So, but which is hard to do without being sexy, right? Just the whole point of it. Bad example. But, they're not going to dress up, as a slutty Wonder Woman. They're just going to dress up as Wonder Woman. So, this is, for me, like, those women were the best. They took care of business. They didn't really want to go outside that much, like the clubs and whatnot. They would be right there with you going to sports events. They would get dirty with you, like, hey, let's go outside and play muddy kickball. They would go, let's go play. They'll be out there with you. Those were the women, bro. They didn't worry about all the crazy makeup and her hair had to be a certain way and getting her nails done. They did their own nails, bro. I messed up, but I was out there doing what I was doing. So it is what it is. That's just how it goes. Man, they were good women cooking, all that. They were there taking care of the house. Oh, man. And like Cody is right, like, he means grow a spine. That's what it boils down to. And guys need to learn this. People don't think they have to grow a spine until, why? Because, hey, mommy said you perfect the way you are, spineless and all. So then you get out into this real world, mommy ain't nowhere in sight. You got to deal with these people on your own, right? And it changes up everything. So this one right here, we're gonna watch this video and then we'll probably wrap it up. I know there was one more he had on there I was thinking about reviewing, but I might do just a short on that. But he spent 3 months on dating apps as an average guy, and this is what he learned, right? We already know how this is going to go. But it was some things in here that I want you guys to see. This is what you're facing when you're out there in today's sexual marketplace. Technology has changed the game, period. Women are no longer restricted to like their city, their state, their region. It's worldwide now. And a lot of people have a hard time accepting that. It's worldwide. You're not just competing with all the guys in your city, your state, your region. You're competing with all the guys on planet Earth and maybe some aliens, right? With all these drones flying around New Jersey. Who knows what else you're competing with? Right. So you really have to get your game on a level that you can deal with this and cope with this, bro. So again, kind of like what Level Up Man was saying, you don't want to waste your time on certain women. So when you know, I don't even do the dating apps. I mean, I'm outside, bro. I could care less about that. Like if you want to slide in somebody's DM, you can do that. If I'm on Instagram sliding into some girl's DM, I'm trying to get her to do this platform or come out and do one of our events at the bar. That's what I'm trying to do. But, you know, women get hit up and all they do is they go through your Instagram. They look at your Instagram, they look at what's going on. And if they like what they see, they hit you back. And they just assume you're trying to get at them. It's like, look, I'm trying to get you on this platform, right? I'm trying to, hey, look, here's a link to the video I did, you know, like Maddie. I'm trying to get a hold of Maddie. Like if I can get a hold of Maddie and get her on this platform so we can talk about stuff, I think that'll be a great interview. Trying to get a hold of her. I was trying to get a hold of what's her name in Atlanta? I can't think of her name right now. Like all the women that I've reacted to, I've reached out to. And the thing is, I'm just gonna have to get my Instagram, step it up a little bit. I've been kind of lagging on that. I'm gonna have to step it up a little bit so I can get these women to respond back to me. But that's the game. This is how I do. Fresh was talking about that from Fresh and Fit podcast. Fresh was like, bro, you got to have your Instagram set up to such a way that they're going to hit you back. That's why he has the Lamborghinis and the private jets and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it sounds crazy, but if you're out here trying to just smash, this is what you got to do. If you're out here trying to network, this is what you got to do. People got to look and see, and it's your highlight reel. Oh, let me holler at this person. He looks important. Let me holler, with women, doesn't matter. She just got to be fine. She's got to be fine. A woman slides into your DM, and it's real. It's not a bot. A dude's gonna holler at it. I mean, of course, we got all these bots out here, especially on WhatsApp, Telegram. You get all these bots out here sliding in with these phony pictures, like, hey, with the wavy emoji. Stop it, stop it, fellas. If some random Asian or Latino woman slides into one of your DMs with just a wavy emoji, you ain't nothing. Instagram is one thing, but if they're they're on WhatsApp or they're on Telegram, bro, you already know what time it is. Don't even pursue that. But yo, Unc, I pursued it and she turned out to be real. Nah, man, she's trying to get some money. You know what time it is, bro. The chance of that being for real, 1 in a million. But let's check out this video right here. He's talking about 3 months on a dating app and as an average guy and what he learned.
After 3 to 4 months of being on dating apps, I kind of understand why most guys are giving up on dating nowadays. Because I don't see how, as an average guy, you're supposed to compete with the amount of attention and validation from social media and dating apps that most girls get. It's very easy to have the grass is greener mentality because of social media and dating apps. And the worst part about this is you can actually see when the grass is greener. It's not just a maybe. You can quite literally see everything there is out there. Like, oh, look, this guy's taller. This guy has a nicer car. This guy's more famous. This guy's more status. This guy has a better physique. Oh, look at this couple. They're going on all these vacations and trips and they look so cute together. I want that. Now, don't take this as an incel trying to pander to an echo chamber. I got on dating apps for the very first time last year for about 3 to 4 months. I was actively on it just to see what the modern dating scene was like. And I actually did have a decent amount of success, but for one reason only. I was forced to be someone that I wasn't. I was forced to essentially play the game as if I was an attractive girl that had hundreds, if not thousands of likes and messages.
Hey, real quick, guys. What's the deja vu thing? Like, bro, I've been here. I've been in this seat in this moment, watching this video, listening to this dude. I'm just realizing it. If Suzette Speaks jumps into the chat, guys, I'm a go crazy because in the dream, I was doing this. I was watching this video. I didn't know at the time what I was doing because I had this dream a long time ago. But I'm sitting here. If Suzette Speaks jumps into the chats, bro, I'm gonna go crazy because in my dream she jumped in the chat. It was wild.
boy, essentially. You see, one thing we can all agree on is the universal laws of push and pull when it comes to attraction. The more you care, the more you try, the less favorable it'll be to you in modern dating. Because the amount of attention girls get in comparison to guys, it's not even within the same stratosphere. There is literally no advantage to being an honorable, loyal, nice guy that talks to one girl at a time and tries to take his time getting to know her. It's a numbers game for us. And there's absolutely no advantage to taking that approach because they can sense when you're trying too hard, they can sense when you're too desperate and you don't have options. They can smell it off you and it's not attractive to them. They can pick up on it. And also, I don't know if this is just my experience, but a lot of girls on dating apps got the attention span of worse than a goldfish. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that's kind of what happens when you lay in bed scrolling TikTok and Instagram all day. Your brain kind of just rots. Combine that with how many options and attention they get, the longer you take, the faster the interaction fades. That's why I always shoot for the number and a date after a few messages. Like, I'm not going to waste my time entertaining you. And it's just a matter of time before a better option shows up in their inbox. Actually,
That's a fact. You know, it's a numbers game. Is women do play the dating game on easy mode, especially with this technology, bro. They get to choose from the best of the best. There are so many dudes out there willing to provide experience and give them validation and attention for nothing in return. And they just get that. They get it all the time. It's way harder for dudes. It's hard. It's hard. Even before this technology, it was the top tier guys getting all the play because they knew what they were doing. They had game. So the bottom tier guys were just sitting there. And what would happen was, you know, women would eventually like, well, there's no other men. Let me go ahead and holler at this guy because he's a good guy and he's working at the factory and he's nice to me and he's always been there. And I can't get the guys. I tried to get them dudes. I can't get them. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this dude. That's how it work. Now she just, like you said, laying in bed, just endlessly scrolling. Like it is what it is. Miss AKA's like, yeah, Suzette somewhere taking over South Florida, bro. She is. Luckily, I did talk to her. We had a couple conversations. The last time I mentioned her, we had a couple conversations, and man, she's doing exceptionally well down there in Florida. Shout out to Suzette doing her thing. Down to Marco to her.
Down to Marco.
And yeah, we're talking. Again, I'm telling y'all, 2025 is going to be a great year. I'm just going to leave it there. I got announcements to make in 2025. Once we get to January, I'm going to start making some of these announcements. But yeah, Suzette Speaks is good. Please continue to support her. You're going to see much more of her on YouTube. She's been doing her radio stuff right now, doing some political stuff, but she ain't gone nowhere, guys. She's going to be back. And that's, you know, Suzette Speaks is always going to be special to me. She's the first person to ever interview me, first person to ever pull me up on a panel. Like, you know, then she pulled me up on a panel first, and then she actually did just an interview with me. She gave me so much game on this YouTube thing. So I will always be, indebted to her. That's my people, man. Let's get back to the video.
one of my close friends made a fake account because we wanted to see how many likes girls actually get in comparison to guys, and also to see the level of competition that we were up against. I live in a pretty notable city, so there's a lot of people on dating apps here. Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, Coffee, Bagel, Something About a Fish, you know, all the apps. And we wanted to see how many likes girls get exactly and what other guys were saying so we could stand out and use it against them. Chestnut checkers. Now, I'm not gonna lie, he used a relatively attractive profile of an Asian girl. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, probably somewhere around a 7.75 to 8 range. As guys, what's attractive to us is pretty objective and universal. And not even 24 hours, I'm not kidding. He got 400 likes from top tier guys. Pause. Like, we're talking 6 foot plus, Giga Chad, white dudes, tech bros, finance, all that. Bro, I was blown away. Now, maybe the data was skewed because we used the more attractive girl, but it still gives you a general idea of the vast difference. Because I don't even think the top guys are getting even a fraction of those likes. As a matter of fact, most guys don't even get 1 to 2 likes per week because 1, girls don't send out likes when they have a plethora of options. And 2, girls just don't chase guys. It's not how the male and female dynamic is wired. The guy's the one that asks the girl out. The guy's the one that gets on one knee. It's just how it is, no matter how much they try to change that. Gender roles is always in us, no matter how much they try to deny it and try to say it's societal when it's just biology. And also 3, because girls have so many more options than guys do, they have an inflated sense of ego as it pertains to their value in the dating market. Hold on, let me show you. Let's look at these. Dating me is like breathing for the first time. You should not go out with me if you can't handle perfection. Dating me is like worshiping a goddess. I'm convinced that I'm probably just perfect and it's everyone else around me that has issues. And trust me, these things aren't uncommon. And if
Bro, those statements will come from women who are average 5s, maybe a step above average 6. That's how they see themselves. And I was out last weekend networking, real talk, going down to one of the spots. I think I talked about this on one of the shows. And I'm in this repurposed nightclub, right? I'm in this nightclub. I'm looking around at the women in there, bro. And man, the the average had to be 3.5, and the way they were dressed. Like we're talking about women who were big, man, unattractive. Just think of the biggest sloppy fat person you can think of wearing see-through clothes, walking around. The confidence that some of these women had looking like that is the confidence that these dudes need. I tell the guys all the time, when a guy goes out, like, a lot of dudes that hit me up, not a lot, but I've had some guys, taking me up on the coaching. Y'all know I don't like the Zoom call thing. We go out into the real world. So when we're out, and I'll point this out, I'm like, you see that fat girl over there? You look over like, yeah. I'm like, pay attention to her. You see the confidence that she has? She's walking around like she is all that and then some. Look what she's wearing. She's moving like she doesn't have a care in the world. You need that confidence. By the way, she got that confidence because she's got thousands of dudes, well, let's say hundreds of dudes sliding in her DMs, hitting her up, talking about, hey, queen, and all this. And it blows my mind, bro. It blows my mind. But that's the kind of confidence that dudes need to have. It's crazy. Miss AKA lady, Suzette and you are the only YouTubers I have ever traveled to see or seen in person, period. Thank you. Appreciate that, sis. If y'all link up for an event, please let me know or let me help out somehow. I would love to support. Absolutely. Absolutely. And yes, that is on my list for 2025. You will be one of the first to know. I'm going to let you know, sis. I'm going to let you know. And I think in March, there's an event coming up. George Gammon has his Rebel Capitalist seminar in Orlando every year. I think it's in March. Whenever it is this month, I'm going to be there. So I'll let you know for sure when I lock that in. But we're going to be there taking care of some business. Like I say, 2025 is going to be crazy. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do work with Suzette in real life. I can't wait. Level up, man. I've been gathering screenshots of ridiculous things I've seen on girls' dating profiles over the last month or so. Absolutely wow, man. Keep those, man. Those things are going to be gold. But yeah, women are just, and it's not their fault. It's not their fault at all. This is just, bro, wow, we would be the same way. We would be the exact same way. So I ain't mad at them. It's just, wow. Just when you see it, wow.
If you were a guy with these prompts, you would get laughed at. And the reason why they feel this way is because of the overwhelming amount of attention that they get. I remember one that said, being around my energy is a privilege. And I thought to myself, yo, if I was even getting half the attention or validation I'm getting like these girls are, I'd be a piece of shit as well. And I would ghost girls left and right as soon as something better comes along. Or if she said something that was slightly annoying. That's why I don't blame them. If I was getting likes and messages of girls telling me how good I look, how amazing I am, simping for me all the time, I'd probably say some dumb shit like, you shouldn't date me if you can't handle perfection as well. And that's why this isn't a gendered issue, because if guys would stop giving these girls unreciprocated attention and stop simping for these girls, this wouldn't be as big of an issue as it is now. It's kind of like this. If you were shopping for blueberry jam, right? And one store had 2 different brands and the other store had 200 different brands, you would be able to choose in less than a minute in the first store, and you would be at the second store for significantly longer. And then you'd start to care about every little difference of the blueberry jam and look at all the ingredients, and the smallest reason or ingredient can disqualify you in the eyes of a woman in modern dating. Let's take height for example, right? If you're a short guy, something you literally have no control of, that puts you at a significant disadvantage. Every girl I've been on a date with always brings up height and the guy having to be at least 3 to 4 inches taller than them. Like, they always say this. And the funny thing about this is, if she's 5 feet, I'll ask her, okay, so is 5'4" okay? And then she'll be like, okay, maybe 5'7", 5'8". That's pretty reasonable. Actually, let me show you this one. This girl said, I go crazy for white men over 6 feet. Bro, please colonize me. Given all these factors, it got me thinking about how average guys in the dating market are even supposed to compete, like genuinely. If you're a girl
I mean, the average man in North America is 5'9". dudes aren't tall, like 6 feet and above in America. That's 14% of the population, maybe 16% of the population. If that's all Americans over 6 feet. And then the higher you go, the smaller those numbers get. Women, dudes love tall dudes. I'm 6 feet, but the guys I'm around are normally bigger than me. So, I mean, it's just wild that some woman be like, well, you're kind of short. I'm like, baby, I'm 6 feet. I'm like, really? I'm like, yeah, it's the dude I'm standing next to is 6'7". Like, shout out to Ulysses. You know what I mean? Like, this, I'm standing next to a giant, right? And she barely comes up to my chest. Like, baby, you a midget for real? Like, what do you get help from the government? Like, do you get money for being a small person? What do y'all call it these days? She got mad at me. She got mad. She started it. She's the one talking about height, trying to call me little. I'm like, what? Like, girl, you barely bigger than a leprechaun. You better shut up. So I let her have it. She got mad. I had to remind her, like, you started it. You started it. I bought her a drink. You know what I mean? She was a little ghetto chick. I bought her a drink and she was all about it. Like, here, have a Hennessy. Yeah, I bought a girl in Hennessy. So that lets you know what I was dealing with. Like, have a Hennessy. But nah, man, like height is a big thing. Dudes have nothing to do with that. We can't control our height, even though guys are out here breaking their legs in the surgery, getting rods inserted so they can get taller, which don't do that. Don't do that. Ow. But dudes have nothing to do, there's nothing you can do about your height. But there's plenty you can do to compensate for that. Like, you can go out here, become the best version of yourself, get your money up, get your fitness up, bro, get your game up. You'll overcome that height thing. And I can't tell you how many women would tell me I would never date a guy that's under, 6 feet. And then they run across some of my homeboys and you see them on their way to the on their way to the telly or on their way to dude's house. Right. I'll see him the next morning for breakfast. So I guess that's the exception to your 6-foot rule. Oh, I was just talking. I was just talking. Yeah, you weren't talking last night. You was getting smashed.
That disagrees, just think about how many guys you walk by every day who you wouldn't even breathe in their direction. Like, it's not a secret why a lot of guys are just giving up on dating. Why passport bros is becoming a thing. Why OnlyFans is a thing. Why posting naked photos on the internet is a career. Why pornography is one of the highest grossing industries. Why male loneliness is on the rise. Why male self-deletion rates have been going sky high. Why less people are getting married. Why less people are getting in relationships. Why the male virginity rate is up. Like, all these things coincide with one another. Like, think about this. Guys will literally travel overseas to a completely foreign nation, different continents, with people speaking foreign languages in a completely different culture, just to find a potential wife. Like, that's how fucked it is in the West when it comes to dating. Now, you could argue that's just online dating, but like, be honest, when is the last time you've seen someone in Gen Z, maybe even millennials, meeting at a grocery store or some library, dating, falling in love, and getting married? Maybe you could think of one, but I'm willing to bet everything that you know a lot more people, meaning through Instagram and dating apps. Listen, I don't like it more than anyone else does. I don't even use social media. Before social media, your competition as a guy was your community. Your competition was your coworkers. Your competition was your social circle. And now your competition has expanded to everyone. Because if you don't have the high school sweetheart story, which most people don't, if you've entered the dating market, literally everyone is your competition because everyone has a direct line to anybody. And you can see all there is out there. You can see when the grass is greener. Combine this with all the other things I mentioned before. It's the reason why I was forced to play the game differently, because I am an average guy as well. In the game of blackjack, right, the dealer always has to hit until they reach 17, or if they bust. And my most success when I played blackjack was when I played the exact same way, void of any emotion.
That's
I
how you
hit
win.
until I get to 17 or higher. Just because I busted hitting on 16 the last hand, if I get 16 again, I'm gonna hit again. I'm not gonna play emotional. I'm gonna play as if I was the dealer. I applied that logic to dating apps and I did get much better results. At one point, I was getting 7 to 12 matches a day. And this was when I was really active, when I was swiping on everything. It was a numbers game, mainly on Hinge. Now, for me, my excuse being on dating apps was for me to sharpen my blades, to better my conversation skills. I also really wanted to see if the modern dating scene was as bad as everyone was saying. And it honestly might be worse. Most matches don't lead to anything. Again, it's why it's a numbers game, and why it's not beneficial for you to just focus all your energy and attention on one girl. I could have the most game, be funny, but if I'm not up to par as it pertains to her standards for what she looks for in a man, it's not going to land anything. Most people on dating apps are looking for hookups, attention, and a few minority are looking for love. And if that's you, then good luck. There was this girl I matched with. She was objectively a 9 out of 10. Slim, thick, blonde, blue eyes, all American, conservative. And I remember her prompt said, I go crazy for men in big, sexy red trucks. And I knew what would get her too. I said, what about a silver Prius with a Joe Biden sticker? And I could tell off rip she wasn't attracted to me at all. But I got her to laugh, which is what got her to match. But in online dating, unfortunately, that only gets you so far if you're not attractive to them. You just got to keep it pushing. Like, don't be.
I mean, he's right. Like you have to go so much extra online. Like I can date online. I can do the online dating stuff. I have had success on online dating, but it's so much bullshit and so much time and energy involved in that. It just doesn't make any sense. It's just not worth it. Right. I mean, I can't tell you for every woman that I matched with and actually saw in real life, I had to deal with 50 bullshitters, bro. You have women who they won't come off the dating app at all. So you already know they just want the attention. They just want somebody to validate them. You can't get them off the dating app. So you get some women, you get them off the dating app. Let's say you get them on Instagram or you get them on WhatsApp or something like that. You get them off the dating app. Of that, probably, I'm just making up these numbers, but you would say like 80% of them were working girls and they're just trying to get some money, right? So it's like, damn, you get that. Then let's say you get them off the dating app. They're not working girls. It's okay, let's meet in real life. They don't want to do that. Why? Because they are using someone else's pictures. It's a catfish, or it's their pictures when they were younger. They don't look like that anymore. It's crazy, right? How hard it is and how much time it takes to deal with all that. Now, when you meet somebody in real life, you see them. That's them. You're like, all right, that's her body. That's her face. I mean, y'all know what's going to look like in the morning with all that makeup on, but at least that's her, right? You can see what you're dealing with. You can have a conversation, right? You can observe and see how she's moving. You can see the people she's with, right? You can learn and glean so much in the real world. You can pull away from where y'all at, man. You seem cool. I don't want the night to end. Hey, let's go over here real quick. You could pull her off over there, right? Go to a little, cigar bar or something like that, or hookah lounge or something like that, or just a cool little spot, right? Pull her out of there, like a little cafe. Pull her out of there. Let's go get some dessert. Go get some ice cream or something. Pull her in there. Bro, it's just one of those things that it takes so much time and effort to even just to get to that in the online dating world. Right? You're just dealing with the weirdest of the weird. And then of the women that I did meet, and this is since I've been in Florida, so within the past 4 years, when I was trying the dating apps and I did meet some women, I did go out and meet them. Bro, they were weird as hell, man. They were weird as hell. Let me see. I just landed on Educated Tyrone. DL, do any of your friends in real life use syncing arrangements for women? It seems to be a more normalized than it was 10 years ago. No. Like, I know Myron and Fresh talk about using seeking arrangements to avoid the stuff that I'm talking about. Women go on seeking arrangements, and a lot of those women are looking for sugar daddies, but most of those women are on that platform to find high-powered, top-tier, wealthy guys. That's what they're looking for, successful men. So the women, and I don't know how seeking arrangements works. I don't know if they verify the men, but if they do, like if they verify that these guys, they're on here, the fact that they're on here means that they're successful, whatever, you're going to, weed out a bunch of the riffraff. So, seeking arrangements, I guess it could work. I mean, if you're going to meet women and they're going to be more eager to meet with you in real life, it kind of it takes out a lot of the BS that you're gonna have to deal with on the regular dating apps. So yeah, I guess that could work. I only knew one dude who was talking to me about seeking arrangements, and this was when I was in LA, bro. So this is like almost 10 years ago. He was asking me about it, if I knew anything about it, and I was like, no. And he broke it down to me. He would meet a few women. This is a guy who was big in the movie business, very successful, had money, but he didn't have a lot of time. He couldn't get out, and because every now and then, every blue moon, he would come out with us and meet. We would bring women around and stuff like that, but he just didn't have time to come out there and run it. So he used seeking arrangements. He wound up finding a woman, but he didn't meet her on seeking arrangements. He met her on a movie shoot. So, and actually got married, and they have a family now. It was like, it's amazing. But I don't have any real experience with seeking arrangements, and I would just go after them on Instagram. That would be the move to me, or catch them in the real world. I go places where, I go to black tie events. I go to nice lounges. I go to nice restaurants. I stay in nice hotels. I'm meeting a different caliber of person. So, there's no way to weed all that out on the dating apps. You're dealing with women who just aren't worth the time. Let's put it that way. So yeah, it looks like Brother Tyrone. He's like, I'm signed up on it, but as a sugar baby, not sugar daddy. LO, that's hilarious. Sugar mamas are mostly mid though. Yeah, that's what they're gonna be, bro. That's why they on there. They gave up their youth and beauty to pursue their career, and now they're trying to do whatever they're trying to do, man. So it is what it is. It's like they have multiple ways to verify. That's cool. I don't know how that works, but if you have a platform that verifies that you are indeed, a higher earner, you are indeed who that profile says you are, I would imagine in that world you would cut out a lot of bullshit, and those women that want to meet you in real life real quick. It's like this cut to the chase. And then if you're dealing with a girl who's trying to get an agreement, like an arrangement, you can just not take her out, or just tell her like, I ain't doing that, whatever. Myron and Fresh talk about all the time. They got a couple episodes when they talk about using sugar sites to source women. But it's a lot of scammers out there, bro. Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, guys. What was Mandrill saying? Mandrill, like, I agree. My experience with dating apps was a hot freaking mess. It was, bro. It's man, just man. What a waste of time. And I would tell dudes all the time, bro, like it's being out here moving in this world, bro, womanizing, chasing women, running a rotation, spinning plates. It takes time, effort, energy, money. Like I ain't talking about on the simp and stuff. I'm talking about just you gotta make dates with these girls. That's why I say keep the investment low, but you still gotta drive. It's gonna be gas money, time away from building whatever you're trying to build. You got to sit here, keep them all straight, figure out what's going on. Eventually, you're going to, find a woman that you want to escalate to a real proper date. You're going to take her somewhere nice. I mean, it just takes money to chase women, bro. Going, even when you're getting comps, I would go out and get comps when I was in LA, but I still had to pay like half. So, instead of spending $200 when I go out, I'm spending $100, but still I'm spending $100. Man, that stuff caught up with me quick, bro. Quick. So I mean, it is what it is. I definitely, yeah, I'm an old school when it comes to it, bro. I go out and actually meet women. I see who I want. I holler at who I want to holler at, and then we go from there. But like I keep telling you guys, right now, my whole mission is just taking care of my daughters her last 3 years of high school. That's where my focus is. I'm not even trying to holler at nobody. When she graduates, though, you want to talk about stories of a old man out there, a silver fox on the loose. Bro, I'm gonna be a terror. I'm here to tell you, bro. I'm gonna be terrorizing these continents. I'm gonna be everywhere. Level up, man. He's like, I had a lot of success early on with the apps, but the pool eventually dried up. I mostly just look for laughs at this point. And that's the fact too. That's another thing too on those dating apps. You begin to see the same women on every app. The active women they're active on every platform. Like they're really looking for what they're looking for. I noticed that too. And people are being surprised by what they see. Women aren't the only people catfishing. There's dudes out here. These dudes out here are putting up fake photos as well. They're putting up group photos and trying to let the woman figure out who he is. Then he shows up in real life. He's way shorter than she thought, or whatever. I would go on these dates and these women would be surprised, like, oh, like you look just like your pictures, and wow, okay, like they're just happy and they be ready to get to it. You know what I'm saying? And I was just, I didn't want to deal with that. I was just tired of it, guys. I got tired of it. I didn't want to deal with it no more. So, and they weren't dimes. That's another thing too. Like, I don't mind messing with a dime, but you ain't even a dime. Like I'm good. I'm good. And I mean, it was different reasons. I would come across women who were like very beautiful, but they didn't have a lot of time. I would come across women who weren't that attractive, had nice bodies, but they just wanted to smash. And I know they smashed and everything. I would come across people who were just too ghetto. I would come across people who were just too weird. The dating apps, man, just didn't work for me. It just didn't work for me. Miss AKA lady is saying, I recently read a book called The Las Vegas Madam, where this high-end ex-prostitute broke down the whole arrangement setup from her experience. Extremely interesting. Yeah, I think they did a book based on that. I think it's on Netflix right now. And no, I've seen it in my the thing about the girl that I see the doc about the chick who smashed 100 dudes in a day. You know, she's talking about doing 1,000 dudes next. She's already off. She already wants more attention. She's gonna do 1,000 dudes next. That's what she's saying. That's the story you can't stay away from. I wasn't gonna talk about it, but we might have to. Like we might have to, right? We just might have to. Level up man is like, I'm tempted to redo the apps and saying that I'm 6'1" just to see I'm 5'11". Oh yeah, bro. They will be so mad when you pull up, bro. Do it. Do it and film it, man. Do it and film it. Do it and film it. That would be so funny, Brother Pitt. That's really interesting that you eventually approached the dating saturation point with dating apps. I always thought it'd be an endless sea of new options. No, bro. There are a lot of women who pulled out. Everyone went to Instagram, man, and Facebook. So like the older women are on Facebook and everyone else is on Instagram. And yeah, man, I hit that saturation point quick, bro. It wasn't endless. Now, if you're going from 18 to 50, it's endless. But you will start to see some of the same women. You do see some of the same women all the time. But I was very specific in my age range, and I hit that saturation point quick, bro. I mean, really quick. There was one woman who was like cool. She was sexy. She was fit, right? Everything was clicking. And she told me she had 6 kids, bro. She was taking care of all of them. She was doing well. She had 6 kids. She was this close to getting it on in the back seat, bro. We had lunch. We in the back seat, had 10 all the way around. She was this close to just jumping on it. 6 kids. She was trying to get number 7. Little did she know, Uncle Saint is fixed. Figgity fixed. Ain't no more children coming out of this. But if it had gone down like that, I definitely would have used protection. I had it with me, bro. But we didn't do anything. It was just, I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, this is how you got your 6 kids. Yo, you should try Level, man. Give it a shot, bro. Do it and film it, man. I want to see that. Do it and film it, bro. And we'll bring you on the pod, man. That'll be a great episode. So you just want to see how mad these women get. They are gonna get so mad. When I was doing the dating apps, Miss AKA Lady, the range was from 32 to 50. I started there, 32 to 50. And then it went from 38 to 52. And that's where I stopped. Right? That's where I stopped. So it was crazy. It was crazy. And the 50 and up click for the women who were still attractive, those conversations were weird, man. Like you get to a certain point when you're just looking for companionship. It's not necessarily the sexual side of it. Me, I'm still good on the sexual side of it. So like the older women, that it just wasn't there. But the younger women, it was, especially the women in their 30s, like from 33 to like 40, bro. You want to talk about super horny? They trying to get it in, especially like the single moms. They're trying to get it in. That's where the one-nighters were. That's where that's where the quick hitters were. They were, take them out for Jamba Juice, meet up the next time, let's go for a walk in the park, and they're ready to come to the crib. Right? I told the one, I was like, hey, let's do a walk in the park. She's like, okay. So you mind coming to my neighborhood? Like, I don't mind. So she lived in a really nice neighborhood, came over, we did a walk in the park in her neighborhood, went back to the house. Just like that, man. It's like that late 30, early 40s click, bro. They getting it in. They getting it in. I ain't lying to you, sis. Brother Dino Dinosaur in the building. I done renamed you, bro. I can't forget the originals, the original pronunciation. Dino Dinosaur's in the building, man. What's good, man? It's like, DL, can you select no kids on your search, my brother? You can put that in there. I didn't, because I'm a single parent. So it really didn't matter to me kid-wise. And I'm not looking, at the time I wasn't looking for anything really, really long-term anyway. So that's one of the things that, when it comes to single moms, if I were to date a woman who had children or a child, her child would have to be the age of my child or older. That's the cutoff. So I wouldn't mess with, my daughter is, an older teenager, high schooler. I wouldn't mess with a woman who had a kindergartner or elementary school age child. I wouldn't do it. Not for a long term thing. I'll smash, but that's it. I'll tell her like, nah, we're not gonna be blending our kids. We're not gonna be going out dates with the family. I don't want to, meet your kid. You're not gonna meet mine. You guys aren't gonna talk on the phone. They're not gonna be in the background on a FaceTime call. I mean, I was dealing with a woman once. We were doing a FaceTime call, and she left the phone with her 6-year-old. 6-year-old was playing, like, she was like, hey, don't you want to say hi to Mr. Saint? She's the little 6-year-old's holding the phone, hi, Mr. Saint, and da, da, da. And she's like playing, you want to see my Barbie? You want me, whatever she was saying. I mean, I turned the camera off. And I'm listening, like, give the phone to your mom. And she was just playing. So I just ended the call. I'm not doing any of that. So when you dealing with a woman, we're going to save that for a separate episode, how, like how to date single moms, my take on single moms. I realized I hadn't really done an episode on my take on single moms. We're going to do that. And we'll cover this sort of thing, because I talk about this at length. But yeah, man, I don't hit that, but you can hit that. I don't want children or whatever. That doesn't stop them from hitting you up, though. They'll still hit you up. They'll read that and hit you up anyway. Well, I am a single mom, but it doesn't matter because you're never going to see them. I just, these are women who I like what I see. And, maybe we can do something growing up. I just, I'm looking for stress relief. You'll be surprised at the language that women are using to let you know they trying to just give you that Foxy Brown, bro. And if you're not savvy enough to catch on, then it is what it is. Miss AKA lady, she's like, I would have assumed an older woman's conversation would be more interesting because of her life experience. Now, when you get into the 50s, that's when, that's when you get into those, wise conversations about this and that, because they're just looking for companionship at that point. Like a walk in the park is perfect for them, a walk on the beach. They're not trying to really get it in. So, there's that. So that's, as you get older, and it depends on the woman. There's some women in their 50s, I've come across some women in their 50s who are like really active trying to get it in. But most of the women that I came across in their 50s, they weren't trying to do that at all. Like the sex was off the table, and they were assuming, well, you're like in your mid 50s almost. Like I've just assumed that you were tired of that life. Like, baby, no one gets tired of that life. No man, if it works, is gonna be tired of using it. Like there's like, what did Bill Burr say, man? That thing is always do it, right? So go watch the episode from yesterday when we were reacting to Bill Burr on stage. He was talking about how the man's other brain works. You know what I'm saying? Do it. So yeah, let's finish up this video.
Beat a dead horse, because a lot of guys do this. Because like I said, a lot of girls on these dating apps are looking for attention and validation. But surprisingly enough, I did really well with Hispanics and Latinas. Like, I don't know what it is, but my match rate with them was much higher than even Asians.
Hey.
So shout out to Hispanics and Latinas. I got a lot of love for them. But I only started having a lot of success when I genuinely didn't care and barely invested in the conversations. Like, that energy translated really well and shifted the power dynamic. Like, I would say the most random things in response to prompts and it would work. Like, I just wouldn't care. And that translated whenever I say these random things. A lot of times it's not what you say, but it's how you say it and the message you're conveying. Because they're so used to guys saying you're beautiful, your eyes, your smile, whatever. And when you give free attention for no return, you are losing value in their eyes. And if you take all this into account, as an average guy, it's understandable why a lot of them are giving up on dating. Like, it's just not worth it. And you don't got to take my word for it. Just look at the dating app subreddits and you'll see yourself. All these guys showing their profiles, asking what they can do better and how they don't get a single match. And a lot of these guys aren't what you'd expect. Like, they're not weirdos. Okay, maybe some of them are, but a lot of them are like nice, genuine guys that are actually looking for something. And also, not to mention, you got to have thick skin as well as an average guy trying to date in 2024, because you will get rejected, you will get ghosted, you will get unmatched, you will have your hopes up for a girl you've been going back and forth with, and all of a sudden she ghosts you because a better option came up. You will get flaked on. You will go days, weeks, months without any success. And by the way,
that part right there, this is why you got to control your emotions up front, gentlemen. Control your emotions. Remember that. If the only thing you take away from me is that, it'll save you. Control your emotions. So many dudes, they'll meet a girl on however they meet her, online, in real life, it doesn't matter. And all of a sudden they get the butterflies and they go crazy and like, oh my God, we're going to live forever. She's so beautiful. She's everything I wanted. Bro, you have no idea what she has in store for you. Right? So control your emotions, go out, talk to this woman, see what's going on. I mean, and then you can decide if you're going to even begin the vetting process. But keep your emotions in check. Dudes fall in love so fast. I mean, it is what it is. Like, man, you can't have feelings for her already. Yeah, you can if you're not careful with your emotions. Don't allow yourself to fall for these women. And if you do, it's on you, gentlemen. If you do not control your emotions, if you don't keep your emotions in check, it's your fault. That's how it works.
Even when you finally get a girl to go on a date with you, in the back of your mind, you're always wondering if she's just getting a free dinner out of you. This isn't a reach, by the way. I've seen it. It happens. I'm pretty sure I had this one girl trying to finesse me as well. One girl even told me to take her to Nobu. And yeah, she was like an 8 or 9. I'm not going to lie. Like, she was out of my league in terms of value in the dating market, for sure. Like, she was bad. And I kind of just played along. I was like, I don't mind taking you to Nobu, but don't you think we should save that for the second or third date? And obviously, I wasn't going to take her to Nobu. Like, you're out of your mind. Again, even though she was extremely attractive, I'm not going to lie, she was bad. But it.
Like, I don't know what his brother is, but it's only a handful of Nobus that I'm aware of. I know, I want to say this dude's on the West Coast. My guess is he's LA or San Diego areas. I think there's a Nobu in San Diego. There's definitely 2 Nobus in the LA areas, like Beverly Hills, and then there's the Malibu one. Nobu's a great place. Like, that's a great experience. If you're a foodie or you want to be a foodie, you get an opportunity to go to Nobu, man, go to Nobu. And if you're at the one in Beverly Hills on La Cienega, they had, I called it fish sticks, but what it was, they had some sort of sushi style of fried fish that it was cut like sushi, but it was breaded and fried, and it came with strips of potatoes. It was an appetizer. You can only get it at the Nobu in Beverly Hills. Bro, it is so good. I mean, I'm not a big sushi guy, but I'll eat Nobu sushi. I'll eat some sashimi or whatever. I'll eat some tuna rolls. Like, I'll eat some, man, I'm not a sushi guy, but boy, Nobu was fire, y'all. It's fire. So when he said that, I'm like, huh. And that's game right there. At least he was gained up. He knew, like, oh, this woman is beautiful. What's she trying to get out of him, man? She's trying to get a trip to Nobu. That would have set him back at least $500. At least. And that's depending on what she ordered. At minimum $500. That'd have been like $250 each. That's just, appetizers, entrees, drinks, $250 each minimum. And then depending on what she ordered, it could have gone up a little bit. So, but this brother right here, he know what time it is. His game is on point.
It is becoming extremely difficult for average guys to date in 2024 and find love. It's kind of sad, but it's just the way it is. Now, what is the solution? What's the remedy? It's easy to point out all these problems. What can people actually do? For me, even though I had some success, none of these girls I went on dates with were actually girls I'd take serious, if I was being honest. So the answer I ended up with was, I'm going to stop chasing. I'm going to be the best version of myself and elevate my life to a point where I have a pool of options. Like, I don't want to be swimming at the bottom of dating apps fighting for the attention of a 6. No offense. Like, I'm not just talking about looks. It's much easier and less of a headache when you're no longer the one chasing and pursuing all the time and playing all these games. Like, every guy has been the chaser, every guy has been the pursuer. Some elevate to a point where they're the ones being pursued. But I guess it's really dependent on where you are in life, what you want, and the quality of person you want to be your partner. For example,
yeah, when I was chasing like Pepe Le Pew. I wasn't chasing like these dudes out here. I'm getting after it. They knew what time it was. If y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all need to watch the cartoons, man. That's Bugs Bunny. Looney Tunes, Pepe Le Pew, he got canceled. I can't believe they were actually canceling cartoons, man. Pepe Le Pew got canceled, bro. Watch some Pepe Le Pew. It's hilarious. And Brother Cody, yeah, man, that's what they say. You need to be in touch with your emotions. Be that guy. You need to be in tune with your emotions. Let your emotions out, man. Don't listen to them people to say that. Gentlemen, don't do it. Be stoic, man. Keep your emotions locked up tight. Don't do it. Not until you know that that's the one. Not until you run your vetting process. That's when you do it. You don't do it before then. Just don't do it. You know what I mean, brother Dino? He's talking about I could be the guy that she's using to get the crazy ex to do something. I've encountered that a few times, but that's when I was young. I only had to deal with the quote unquote crazy ex when I was like from 18 to about 26. And it only happened a couple times because I was in the streets. So if the dude didn't know me when he pulled up on me, bro, he figured it out quick. It was what it was. I'm the kind of guy like, bro, we ain't got to, it ain't going to be this, bro. It's going to be pum, pum, pum. I'm letting that thing go. So A lot of times a dude just see you on site and they know what time it is. And like the real knuckleheads would know me or know the crew. So they already knew what it was. Like, oh, I didn't know that. Okay, I know who that is. And they know it ain't worth it because it's going to escalate. You get me, my people get you, and vice versa. So after I hit my 30s, when I got to LA, I never dealt with any strange exes. Like I didn't deal with any women who were like using me to get at their ex to where it became a problem. I mean, I'm pretty sure it happened. They could say that they did it, but they, they never brought it to my attention. Like, oh, they gonna come over here looking for me. And down here in Florida, ain't nobody looking for nobody like that. Everybody aren't. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Like Dino said, he dated a single mom, and the baby's father started stalking me. Damn. It's like I can laugh about it now, bro. You don't want to do that here down in Florida. Stand your ground and all that, bro. Like y'all know I'm constantly. I always got something next to me, bro. I got it sitting right here. I always got something. I get loud in a heartbeat. But it's sad when that happens. It's really sad when that happens. And that's a dude who lets emotions out. Right, to Cody's point, that's the guy who listened to these people talking about get in touch with your feminine side. He did. Right. And he lost his damn mind. And the penitentiary are full of dudes like that. And so is the morgue. Full of dudes like that. Keep your emotions in check, gentlemen.
But I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to marry a person who's on dating apps. I'm just gonna be honest. Like 3 to 4 months was all I needed for me to confirm this. And maybe I shouldn't be saying that, but whatever. Like I'm at the point now where I know what I want and I know how she looks metaphorically. And I know what I have to do and where I have to go in life in order to be worthy of that. And generally speaking, I would say that's the best option for most guys to just stop chasing, because men and women, again, are reflections on one another in society. If guys stop simping, stop chasing, stop giving unreciprocated attention, then naturally the inflated sense of ego women get from guys doing this goes back down. When you stop chasing girls, you begin focusing on your life again. I can't tell you the amount of guys that chase girls all the time at our age, just chasing sex or hookups. And again, I'm not excluding myself from this as well. We're all in the same boat. Like I'm guilty of this as well. But I don't take anything serious. I'm just sharpening my blades. And I'll never give my attention for nothing. And when guys stop giving unreciprocated attention, stop simping, stop chasing, eventually everyone starts the day within their levels again. Like the girl you want is probably attracted to the guy that focuses on himself, because every other guy is chasing her, giving her attention, liking her pictures, in her direct messages, telling her how beautiful she is. Just try to keep in mind, if it's not scarce, it holds no value. And if it holds no value, then there's no attraction there. Anyways, I think I'll leave this one at that. Let me know.
Fire. Shout out to him. Shout out to Derek Silver. Check him out. Like, so, and Miss AKA Lady, what we're talking about is when you first meet a woman, until you know what you're dealing with, until she's been vetted and verified, you want to keep your emotions to yourself. If you don't, it's going to be a problem. Now, once she's been verified, like your man, you and your man, y'all verified each other. Y'all know what time it is, right? He can allow he can begin to allow his emotions out and process those emotions and figure stuff out as he goes along. He should not be afraid to be vulnerable to you emotionally, because he's chosen you. You it. And you chose him, he it. But you need to get to that point. So many guys will meet a woman and within minutes, hours, completely in love with her like it's a fairy tale. Men believe that Disney fairy tale just like women do. I can't tell you how many times I've had encounters that were just perfect. I mean, perfect. You meet someone, she's a stranger. You know what I mean? You chat her up. Now you start talking to her, right? Let's say you meet her at 10:30 in the morning on a humble somewhere. You got the day off. She got the day off. You guys start walking and talking and hanging out. Next thing you know, it's 5 in the evening. Like, hey, you want to go get something to eat? Let's go get something to eat. You guys go get something to eat, right? Go get something to drink. Next thing you know, it's 11 o'clock at night. Hey, I know this real cool spot where we can watch, I don't know, like in LA, like we can go watch a Quentin Tarantino movie, or we can go watch some cool ass, random ass movie or something. Word? Yeah, if we heard, we could probably make it. They just show the same movie every day or whatever. Shoot over there, watch that movie. That's amazing. Now it's 2 a.m. Right? I know this cool hookah lounge. We can go over and get us, get a nightcap. Fine, boom. Right? And she might say, you know what? I don't really want to smell like hookah all night, but I mean, my place is not too far. If you want to come over to mine, go over to her house, have a nightcap. Boom, y'all have the most amazing sexual experience you ever had in your life. That right there, so many dudes will fall in love with that woman. they go through that experiment and like it was meant to be, to just fall in love with that woman. When in fact, she might be married, she might be in a long-term relationship. She had a free day, she's dealing with some stuff, and then you came along at the perfect time. She just decided, I want to go ahead and do something with him. The night went the way it went. She went from moment to moment to moment, which led to you guys waking up in the morning, had breakfast, and then boom, you never see each other again. Been there, done that. Absolutely amazing experience. One of the great, I'll never forget it. I know her name and she knows mine. I'll never forget that experience. Right? It's happened a couple times with a few different women. Dudes be falling in love if they have something like that. And that is where the problem comes in. That is, they let their emotions out and now they can't process the fact that she just wanted to get on that dangling. He can't process the fact that he had an amazing experience with another human, that there was a one-shotter. That was it. That's all you're going to get. She's never going to call you back. I never got her number. She never got mine in that story, by the way. I never saw her again. LA is a big place, but boy, she was beautiful. It was a great time. So dudes we process emotions way different than y'all do, sis. Way different. Y'all just used to dealing with that. We're not. So it's different for men. Men got to be very careful. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. So, but that's it. I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. I do. I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. It was just, this was fun. This was a good conversation. We're definitely going to be revisiting Brother Derek Silver's podcast. He has a lot of good stuff that can help us help these other guys who are out here trying to figure shit out. You know what I mean? So it is one of those things. What Cody is saying is right. You know what I mean? Level up, man. Same thing. We got some pretty solid dudes in here, bro. It's just take what you need. If you're out there, you're watching this, right? You're not commenting. You're just out here watching from the clouds. You're checking out the content. Take what you need. Leave the rest. That's it. If you're just here for giggles and this makes you laugh, fine. Just come for the laughs. But if we say something like this thing about emotions, like, you know what? Maybe I should guard my emotions a little tighter moving forward. Maybe I should vet these women. 2 years at least, bro. Takes a long time to vet someone. Like maybe I should, vet these women a little better and bring in the people who are close to me to help me vet, right? Because they don't have the rose-colored glasses on. Maybe I will start doing that. Maybe I should hit the gym. Maybe I should level up financially. Maybe I should stop being weird, right? So if you're out here just watching, just take what you need from this. That's it. Right? Listen to what Level Up Man is saying. Cody is King is saying, listen to what everybody's saying. Miss AKA Lady is saying some really good points here, man. Right? And yeah, everything, that last part that he said right there, anything you say can and will be used against you, bro. That's facts. That's facts. Right? Cody's right about that, man. I can't tell you how many times I've seen dudes fall in love with dancers, bro. They fall in love with dancers talking about, that's my girl. I'm like, word? What's her real name? Don't even know. Right? Don't even know. Her name is Crystal. No, it's not. What's her real name, homie? Right? Where she live, homie? That's your girl. Where she live? They just getting finessed. And it is what it is. Dudes will fall in love with strippers, man, or pros, right, who give them attention, and it's nice to him. That's a fact. Her real name is Cinnamon. It is Cinnamon. Her real name really is Cinnamon. Yeah. And yeah, my name is Toast, right? Because I'm with her. She's Cinnamon and I'm Toast. By the way, those are kind of names I'll be giving in the club. A girl come up, she say, my name is Cinnamon. I'm like, my name is Toast. What? Yeah. First name Toast, last name Crunch. And she'll be sitting there like, your name is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I just start cracking up. The bartender, last time I used that one, the bartender laughed so damn hard, she had to walk away. And the girl never got it because she didn't know what Cinnamon Toast Crunch was. Right. But that is what I do when I'm in the club. I'm having a good old time. And then the women who do get it, they're smart enough to get it. They rock with you right away. They're like, all right, dude, cool. Dude, cool. He just put me in his friend zone. He's never going to be a customer of mine. Right. So I use them for networking purposes, man. But that's it. That's all I got to say about that, y'all. I'm glad you guys were rocking out with me. This was fun. As always, man. I really enjoy hollering at y'all. Make sure you're here Thursday. We're going to be doing Trump Thursday. It's going to be a pretty good episode. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about finance. We're going to be talking about what's going on here in the U.S. There's a lot of people out there, a lot of talking heads who are fearful of our financial future here in the U.S. A lot of people looking at what's going on with this crypto thing. They're looking at it like the ultimate, possible rug pull. So we're going to be talking about that a little bit tomorrow. Thursday, we're going to be talking about that lacrosse lady who accused those guys of SA and then turned around and said she lied about the whole thing. And we'll be also talking about some more political stuff as well. It is what it is. So it's like rates are back up. Yeah, the fair rate is still the same, but rates are definitely back up. Miss AKA lady can tell you she's in the field. It's crazy out there, guys. We're going to be talking about also probably on Thursday or maybe tomorrow or maybe both. We're going to be talking about what's going on with home like delinquencies, with mortgage delinquencies. We're talking about what's going on with foreclosures and what's going on with evictions, what's going on with repossessions on cars. It's getting real out here, y'all. It's getting real out here. So I'll see y'all Wednesday and Thursday for sure. Thanks for rocking out with me. Y'all know I appreciate each and every one of you. This is always a good old time. And see y'all tomorrow. I'm DL Saint. This is That Really Want to Know podcast. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.